Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the AEW Elevation report for the 12th of July 2021. Way too many matches, as always. I feel like I'm a broken record at this point, but obviously AEW and independent promoters and national promoters everywhere don't actually listen. Obviously, not that they're listening to me, but they don't listen to common sense either, because I'm not the only person out there that's saying this in the internet community or elsewhere. Too many matches, too many funsy onesies, and there we go. Thunder Rosa defeats Dream Girl Ellie. Ellie's first match back in AEW since November of last year. She's done pretty well. Rosa's in control for most of the match. Rosa wins with the Peruvian choke, and she's 19-3 on the year. Rosa is one that I'd love to see them do more with, but you'd have to have clear direction for that to be worthwhile. Match that doesn't need to be here. Matt Hardy with the Hardy Family Office defeats Fuego del Sol. Pre-match, Hardy cuts a okay promo promoting his upcoming match against Christian Cage. Why is he on here with a squash match if he's going to be in something meaningful? Del Sol is over with the crowd because they have been building it as, he's the underdog. He's the Mikey Whipwreck of his generation. Hardy hits Del Sol's head multiple times on turnbuckle, yelling "delete." Crowd is into this because of Del Sol being seen as a underdog anyway. Hardy wins with a submission with the Leech, and he's 13-3 on the year. Riho defeats Amber Nova. Former AEW Women's Champion Riho gets a decent pop here. Nova works heel, and this helps her out because at least it differentiates her. Riho does a great, run, and she's an underdog, and she wins with a top rope double stomp to the gut, and she's 15-9 now on the year, either on the year or overall. Anyway, Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Baron Black. This is a needless match. Hobbs moves to 17-3, hits a spine buster, and gets a win. Yuka Sukazuki defeats Kylan King. Sukazuki's first match in the U.S. since February of last year. Also first match on Elevation. And fans are yelling in her general direction. King works heel and takes advantage of the size difference. A couple of miscommunications. Suzuki with a 3-1 record walking away. Varsity Blondes in the Gun Club with Julia Hart defeating Chaos Project and the Acclaimed. These 8-man, 6-man matches just are wastes of time. So anyway, Colton Gunn and Griff Garrison using each other as weapons. Lots of bounce arounds. Brian Pillman Jr. uses a flying forearm, picks up the win for his team. Post-match, the Acclaim challenge Varsity Blondes to a match. And that will move forward to in the tag title rankings if they actually do it. Brian Cage defeats Allen 5 Angels. Angels gets more offense than would be expecting. It's a guy almost double his size. Cage wins with a drill claw and now is 11-2. He defends the title against Ricky Starks on Wednesday. Why he needs to be on this internet show when he's going to be on national television, who knows? Leia Hirsch defeats Kelsey Heather, and this is Heather's debut. Short and to the point, Hirsch wins with a submission 15-4 with a cross arm breaker, and I got to grab my phone, so we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here. And they move to Sean Dean and Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky, I think, is a guy they're wasting. They were building him up for a while with his deal with Darby Allin, and they've dropped him a bit. Although the tag team with Ethan Page is a good use, but they could, with him having so much experience, be using him as a single. I think that's better for business. Page is on commentary putting over Sky, but promoting his coffin match with Darby Allin. Dean shows good babyface fire. Sky turns heel and has improved. And he wins after the TKO in a short match here. Ty Conte against La Breva. This is La Breva's debut. Why are we having so many debuts when it honestly isn't needed? She's the first Colombian wrestler to compete for AEW. Dominant performance for Conti, who is now 19-3. Crowd loves her, and she's probably one of the most over female talents they have. She hits the TKO, and Helgo and the rest of Hardy Family Office is just dancing their way away into oblivion here. I'm going to grab my phone. We'll be back with more right after this. I mean, in general, simplistics, again, most of these matches don't need to happen, and that's the bigger problem. Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus defeats Lee Johnson with Dustin Rhodes. Pre-match, Johnson and Rhodes have backstage promo. Rhodes puts Johnson over as the future of the promotion. Then why is he fighting a fellow babyface? Jungle Boy has a backstage promo talking about his next challenge. Jungle Boy needs help with promos, and we've seen that for the last several little while. Battle between young prospects doesn't need to be here at any level, and apparently I don't either. Again, the match goes as well as it can, but both guys aren't really ready for this, to say the very least, and in any event, it's unfortunate that they build Jungle Boy up for good things and then they cool him off in wasted matches. Battle between two young guys. Jungle Boy is the one with the, overness. They do work well together, complement each other, but have a story behind it. Best spot of the match is a Rana that throws him off into things. Bunch of roll-ups. Jungle Boy gets leverage and gets a win. Match on itself is fine if we're talking an independent show in a match that's just a filler. As far as for a national promotion that actually needs story to get you anywhere, this is kind of wasted. Red Velvet defeats Lilac Ray. Velvet is motivated considering Miami is her home. She's got the upper hand for the majority of the match, wins with the chef's kiss, and this is her 10th singles win. Wheeler Yuta, Orange Cassidy, and Chuck Taylor defeats Private Party and Jalel. Jalel comes out to the ring in a Bucks shirt for some heel heat. Private Party pays tribute to the Hardy Boys with their gear, which, why do we need more Hardys? Private Party ignores Joel and Cassidy, and Mark Quinn dominate for the majority of the time. Hard to think that they were in the first match on AEW Dynamite history, and they've fallen so far. Skippable match, Yuta wins with a roll-up. Yuta has some potential they could do a whole lot more with, but they don't seem to want to. Hikaru Shida defeats Julia Hart with the Varsity Blondes. Hart does showing the gymnastic backgrounds, and she gets some holds. She needs better strikes, and she needs better transitions. Shida is 8-1 on the year, wins by submission with the Full Metal Muffler. Anyway, Darby Allin with Sting defeats Angelico with Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy. This is Darby's first match in Elevation. He's got a huge pop, and the crowd's tired, but he's still here. Allin and Angelico do have a great pairing with each other here. That being said, Allin is super flexible, and Angelico does submissions, so this is a match that would have been worth putting on national television for the Styles Clash aspects. Allin is 13-2, wins with a coffin drop. After the match, Christian Cage and Matt Hardy brawl with each other. Ethan Page comes out, and they preview the coffin match coming up. Not exactly the can't-miss episode. There's good things on it, but as always with these YouTube shows, they are overbooked and bloated. Anyway, we'll be back with more right after this.